Hey everybody, it's Briona here with the Peach Lifestyle, and I'm here to bring you another Weight Watchers update. So I don't know if you all are keeping track or not, but I did not post a Weight Watchers update for this week that we're currently in. And I am going to do like a 2-in-1. Last week, I didn't lose any weight. Matter of fact, I went up 0.4 pounds. And I asked my Weight Watchers coach, her name is Sandra, and we love her. I said, Sandra, I went up 0.4 pounds and I did everything to the T. I stayed within my points. I exceeded my fit points. What's going on? And she said, Briona, are your muscles sore? And I was like, low key, yeah, they are. Like, I was doing Orange Theory classes yesterday and I'm super sore. And she was like, that's it. When your muscles are sore, you do a lot of strength training, they hold water. And sure enough, the next day, I was down 2 pounds. It's like, oh man, I didn't know that. So hopefully that'll help you out. If you plan on doing strength training, do it like 2 days, or do all of your strength training like 2 days before you weigh in for that week. That way it'll be a more accurate weight loss because the scale is not going to be reflective until like 2 days later. So I remembered that for this week. But before I get into this week, last week's motivation was losing weight and maintaining weight and how to do both. Some people in my class are lifetime and some people are still on the journey to get to lifetime like me. So Sandra posed a question, what is harder, losing weight or maintaining weight? And everyone thought probably losing weight. And she was like, well, choose your hard. We have to work to get to the maintenance point. Would you rather be working super hard, losing weight, or would you rather have the option of maintaining your goal weight, which is something to think about. We also talked about how important it was, or how important it is, to keep your stress down and how activity helps in reducing that stress, because one mantra that stuck out to me is happy people make healthy choices, or happier people make healthier choices. And I've noticed in my recent transition, I am much happier and I'm making healthier choices, and I wasn't even making that correlation. And I thought that is so true, and that's something to remind myself constantly, to making sure that I choose to be happy. I choose happiness, and that'll equate to healthiness. And lastly, the last note for that meeting was the magic is in the meeting, and that is so true. When I know I have a meeting coming up or I am in the meeting, that keeps me dialed in, that keeps me accountable and focused on my goal. When you're hearing reminders in that whole block of how to get there and tips and tricks, and hearing other success stories or similar struggles, it helps stay on track. So keep attending the meetings, because I mentioned in my first video, that's where I went wrong my first go round with Weight Watchers. I thought that I learned everything there was to learn and I could do it on my own now. That's when I fell off. So the magic is in the meetings, and for anyone who's in Weight Watchers right now, stick with it. Okay, so today I went to a Weight Watchers meeting today. I go every Friday, and in today's meeting, it was all about how to navigate eating out, eating at a restaurant, tips and tricks, do's, not a lot of don'ts, but a lot of do's. One thing that we talked about specifically was planning ahead. Not all restaurants are on the Weight Watchers app, but you can find something similar. You can also look at the menu ahead of time, Google it, and figure out which choices you're going to make beforehand. One member at Weight Watchers even said as soon as she orders her food, she has the server bring her a to-go box with her meal and automatically rations out half of her meal to eat the next day. And I thought that was a good idea because typically restaurants bring out a large portion, potentially 2 separate meals in one. So that's something that resonated with me, and that's something that I'm gonna try myself. Just go ahead and as soon as I get the food, put half away and save that for the next day. Also, some other things that can help when planning to go out to eat is the meals ahead, whether it's breakfast or breakfast and lunch. You can make those 0-point meals. Choose some foods from the 0-point list. I know for breakfast, I eat eggs and a banana or eggs and a tangerine, a piece of fruit, and that's 0 points. And you could do the same thing for lunch. Chicken breast, vegetables, maybe some beans or something, and that could be a 0-point breakfast and a 0-point lunch. That way you have a bulk of your points saved for dinner. Also, get some activity in. If you know you're going to go to a restaurant that evening, do some cardio, get your heart rate up and get some calories burned, and that'll help break down that food when you go to the restaurant. I thought this was also a good idea. Many restaurants, especially Italian restaurants, are now using zoodles or zucchini noodles instead of the standard pasta noodle. So you can perhaps get your pasta to be 0 points by asking for zucchini or vegetable noodles. Also, you could have maybe your pasta on a bed of broccoli instead of the noodles. That would also save those points. And lastly, if you don't track your food all the time, you can always take a picture, which I know is like the end thing to do now. You could take a picture of your food, and then when you have some free time later on, you can look back and say, oh yeah, I had this, oh yeah, I had that. And it'll be easier to track because you can see exactly what was on your plate. And that's something that we typically do now. So it shouldn't be that hard of an addition to add, but that'll help you stay on track and make sure when you are inputting your food on the app that it's as accurate as possible. So that is it for the motivation and the tips for this week at the restaurant. At the weigh-in today, I lost 3.6 pounds for this week, which I'm super excited about. And that means, as of today, I am down 22 pounds. So I'm super duper excited. Keep following me on my journey, and I appreciate all of the love and the encouragement. This is not easy, but one thing that I wanted to make sure as we get into the month of February and transition into March that I stay consistent, because everything is doable. It's challenging, but it's doable. The key is to keep doing it every single day and stay consistent, and we'll see what happens when I don't give up. All right, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more of my Weight Watchers videos. If you like this video, then click the like button and subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.